Alright, so I can't get my other camera to work, so we're going to shoot with the camera, facing behind me, and then I'll just take this one down there, show you guys the arrows. So again, I'm going to shoot field point first. I'm just going to grab a random broadhead out. I'm not going to pick which one I want to shoot next. We're at 40 yards. We're going to shoot, like I said, center will be field point, and then we'll pick a dot from there. I'll go down there and look. So I hit low left with my field point. That's just me. Messed up. We're going to shoot the tooth of the arrow next. Aiming for the top right. Next, we grabbed the Sever, the 1.5 hybrid. We're going to shoot the, well, since I didn't hit that middle dot with the field point, I'm going to aim at the middle with this Sever. Last but not least, got the G5 dead meat. Put this on here. Now some of you guys might want to know, why am I not shooting the ballistic points that come with these? I don't think they fly the same. I think it's a great idea, but I just don't think they fly the same. So let's go ahead and shoot the top left. Okay, let's grab this and my coffee. Here's my field point. A little low and a little to the right. That was 100% me. I think I just kind of gripped or dropped my bow. These are my first 4 arrows of the day. They definitely could have been better. But it seems like all my broadheads were trending left. Let's see, let's pull this one first. So this one, tooth of the arrow. So I was aiming for this dot. I hit probably 2 inches to the left and about an inch low from center. For a fixed blade, I mean, you definitely, if you're shooting a fixed blade, you need to tune your bow to your broadhead and get everything broadhead tuned. That's a better way to say it. But these are, as far as fixed blades go, you're not going to find a better flying broadhead. Let's go ahead and pull the field point out. Next, we got the Sever, should be this one. So I hit about inch low, 1.5 inches to the left. Aiming for that middle dot. And I'm thinking about moving up to 20 yards and shooting these all again, just to see. And then right here, the blade's definitely opened. You can see that. This is the G5 dead meat. By far the furthest off. We're 2.5 inches to the left. And again, about inch low. So everything was about an inch low for me. So that's either something with my sight or just something I'm doing today. If I'm shooting all day and I notice that I'm consistently lower at 40, I'll look into it. But if it's just something that's happening, then I won't. But, oh man. Alright, so I'm getting ready to shoot my arrows for the broadhead test. I got another camera down there filming it. I got one here. I'm shooting 30 yards. So I did my accuracy at 40 and 20. I'm going to do my toughness, hole, wound channel at 30. That's your 3 most common in whitetail hunting. That's the majority of what I'll be doing this year, so that's why I'm doing it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and get these shots in, and then we'll go down there and see how it went. First up, we're going to do tooth of the arrow. I'm going to aim for the top of that on the black barrel. Next, and finally, Sever Hybrid 1.5 2.2 inch total cut. Alright, let's grab it and go see how they did. Can you see that? So, tooth of the arrow, my wound pretty decent. I got some water coming out. The hybrid opened up all the way. Those bleeders made a huge hole. It's crazy. The tooth of the arrow, decent hole, square. Let's go ahead and peel this. I did it in 2 layers, hoping I could peel it off. Okay, so tooth of the arrow nicked the edge of that, what I would be calling my rib. I wish I'd hit a little more center. That's on me. But that blade cut all the way through. Let's see if I can't get this completely off. So that blade, I'll bring this down here. So that's the tooth of the arrow. Right there. So you can see decent hole cut straight through right there. Sever. It's a big hole. That blade, that cut straight through 12 layers of that stuff. Tooth of the arrow cut it, but because of my shot, you know, that's not, I wouldn't say that's any fault of the broadhead. Now what I didn't think about is how I'm going to get these out.
So I'm having all kinds of camera problems from this the other day, but here's the broadheads afterwards. My camera died, the other camera never recorded anything. I'll go ahead and just kind of tell you guys what happened. So the tooth of the arrow went ahead and put, you know, the exact same size hole as the broadheads in. It did make a little square hole where it went through. You know, as far as the fixed blade goes, it's exactly what I expected. Penetrated to about right there, so that much of the arrow, about 2 feet. And that's going through the rubber, the barrel, and then solid water. That rubber is like just any rubber you'd see in a gym. It's the flooring material. I just happen to have a roll of it. There's 12 tightly rolled coils in there, so it's cutting through 12 layers. One blade went through, I pulled it apart, went through 10 on the tooth of the arrow, and it kind of veered it out to the side. And then it went through that plastic fine. I did get one little nick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it right there in the blade. But besides that, everything held up fine. It did get dull. Take it back, I got 2. There's a little deflection right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But one nick, and like it kind of rolled the edge there. But I mean, it's still sharp. It's not near as sharp as it was, but it's still sharp. Point held up fine, went through great. I mean, as far as a fixed blade goes, exactly what I expected. Now on to the Sever Hybrid. So here it is, blades are still open so you can see, right there. Tip, held up fine. You can see no rolling, no deflection. The bleeders, I don't even know if the camera will show it. This blade right here took some minor deflection right there at the tip that you can see. Besides that, the bleeders held up fine. I mean, just like the tooth of the arrow, they're dulled, but they're not bad. The main blades, they did great. So they opened all the way. They did what they should. So as it went through, it did cut through all 12 layers of rubber. And then as it went through, cutting through that rubber, it pushed it so the bone, like, it swivels side to side. So if you hit a bone, that blade as it goes through will push like that. It did that 100%. So it cut through, and as it cut through and it didn't have any more pressure on this side till it hit the barrel, it went like this, and then it seems like it pushed itself back out and straightened out. So it did cut through all 12 layers. And it cut, I mean, almost in half. The bleeders cut much larger of a hole than they actually are, so they're 0.7 inches. It cut probably, I'm gonna say just over an inch. So when it went through, it definitely continued to cut as it went through and separating it. Same with these blades, only 1.5, and I bet it's just under 2 inches it cut. This blade right here, I'll move it aside so you can see. You might be able to see it right in there. There's a minor deflection in the blade. Let me roll it to this side, maybe you can see it. Minor deflection in that blade right there. And that's right where this little tab covers it. That is the only thing that I see people really complaining about on these, is that the deployment tabs cover a small portion of your blade. But I think, to me, as it's going through, you know, that part is already cut by the time it gets there. So on your off side, it might be an issue. But I've not seen anything where people are, you know, not getting a cut from it. So after shooting these some more, after the cameras died, went ahead and shot at 70 yards, I shot at 20 yards. I'm gonna shoot the Sever 1.5 hybrid broadhead this year. At 70 yards, they flew almost field point accurate. At 20 yards, I'm hitting exactly the same as my field points. And, you know, I'm not shooting that often at an animal past 50 yards. And 50 and in, these flew identical to my field points. They make great holes, they punch through hard, they did really well on that barrel, and I'm really impressed with them. I haven't shot a mechanical in a few years, really. I can't express like how much I was impressed, I guess. It's hard for me to, you know, say it since I didn't get it on video that well, but these things put an incredible hole through that barrel.